All right, surfers, it is Saturday, and welcome to your local swell tracker update. This is Gary Cooley reporting in. Well, I wanted to do a little hindcast and go back a week ago. You see that big fat fetch out here? Well, that's brought us up some very, very big waves last week and has been. The jet stream, though, has become more zonal west to east and has moved up a notch, so we're not seeing any more of these. But take a look at that fatty there. And we got another decent fetch for last week, and then it has quieted down, as you see. Again, it has moved up, become more zonal, and we are now in a below-average regime, thanks to this big high pressure, which I will be getting into. But I just wanted to show you what we had and what we have now. Here's our current swell trains picking up as we speak, 5 feet 15 seconds on the buoys. This guy will peak later this afternoon at solid 6 feet and drop on Sunday. We get a little support right there for Tuesday, a smaller swell of probably 5, maybe 6 feet. And we got something in the long haul for next Friday, but that's a long way out here, as you can see. But some more overhead swell, but all well below average, especially compared to what we saw for the last half of December, which was pretty much incredible. So let's take you to Storm Surf's models. Here we are. There is some troughiness over the islands. Weather is unstable. High pressure is keeping trades up in the gale and even high wind warning range for the steeper elevations that accelerate the winds, like the Big Island. The current scenario, lots of storminess off here to the west of the dateline here at 180. These guys are moving zonally, leaving our swell window. The Great Circle raised relative to Hawaii, not allowing for maximum sea development from the winds. You can see that flow. It's kind of complex, nothing serious. We like the deeper blobs. But this is the long haul right here. At the very end of our 7-day forecast, we got something more promising. The jet stream does drop, gets deeper troughing, and enhances and steers next Saturday, the 12th. This system right here, it says a dual low pressure supporting one another with a captured fetch, getting our side of the dateline, which is only 1,200 miles away, and noses to within 900 miles of us with what looks to be our next near warning level swell. And that's coming up more towards the middle of the month. These are long-range fantasies on the models, but I thought I'd point that out since it will outdo the events prior. As far as the jet stream goes, it's weakening. The high pressure with those blues off to our north and east. The jet then consolidates, as I was saying, and drops, allowing that last system to get in. But right now, well below average and nothing going on down under. An absolute shutdown for any swell source down under. I'll show you anyway. Systems are actually going down into the Ross ice shelf, not tracking up towards us. It is their Austral summer, and this is pretty typical now. At surfnewsnetwork.com, we have the UH Department of Oceanography giving us some graphs here. I have this in the links in the upper left. We can see this 6 or 7 foot open ocean swell from 330 degrees at about 16 seconds, according to these. The swell will be dropping on Sunday, coming up on Tuesday to probably about 5 or 6 feet. Again, all from the 330 band. That next swell event down here, you can see is about 16 seconds. And the farthest out next weekend, we see the buoys pop here on Friday around just before midday at 16 or 17 seconds from that 330 angle or northwest. The swells will then begin to climb after the buoys hit, and that's more likely for Friday evening into Saturday. That's another small to moderate northwest swell, probably 3 to 5 at this point, so pretty boring. But this is a great way to see the separate events as the swell periods hit. You can see the 3 events right here in different colors, all from that 330 angle, out 7 days. The first one that we see today, Saturday, is the biggest. The next one's a little bit smaller on Tuesday, and the next one even smaller for next, more like Saturday. Click around at surfnewsnetwork.com and use this valuable tool. Okay, let's take a look at the hand-drawn surface charts. There's that frontal boundary over the islands, the huge 1034 millibar high pressure moving east, the 1,000-mile-long fetch here from us out to Baja on the west coast. The upstream wind flows allow the swell periods to develop up to 10 or 11 seconds. That allows for more amplification when the waves finally reach the shoreline or what they call shoaling. And that's what we're seeing. 3 to 5 plus at Makapu'u and Sandy Beach. That will continue into Monday. High pressures will then begin to weaken a little bit and move out from above us, allowing the winds to back off a little bit next week. All in all, though, you see a lot of high pressure and very little strong lows. Here are the upper regions from the water vapor loops showing features about 20,000 feet up. You can see that down by the Big Island, it's a little bit more unstable. We do have showers spilling over from the windward Mauka regions, which usually favor the rain. There's the big spinners up there, but they're too far up, and just gales. We like the severe gales, which is about 45 knot worth of winds and higher. The higher the winds, the higher the seas, especially if they blow our way over longer periods of time. Highs are not even reaching 80. They're about 77, 78. Lows about 70, but they feel a lot colder, I'll tell you that. And we are looking at better weather and lighter winds next week with very mediocre northwest swells. You see a lot of cloud cover there and quite a bit of rain on the reflective loops. And that is the update. We'll be back next weekend here on your local swell tracker. Thanks for clicking in.